Hey everybody, it's WNBA. A lot of the sports algorithms I work on, I've always tried to figure out how to focus my time with these because there are many different sports that exist and are playing simultaneously. And I do find myself getting into basketball. I was pushed into basketball. I've always been pushed into college basketball because of the March Madness bracket. The inspiration for a lot of the sports algorithms start was a March Madness bracket organizer that I created. Oh gosh, like 15 years ago, almost long time ago. And so I like following basketball. And during the summer, you do have WNBA. They just completed a 40 game season. And I have been checking in on this algorithm every day, and I've been watching WNBA. The size of the league is reasonable enough that you catch games and you get to know almost every team, if not every team. Certainly every team. You keep watching it. So we'll talk about what the WNBA algorithm is predicting for the playoffs, which are starting on Wednesday, the 13th, and also discuss how this really works out well. I mean, it does amazing things. It it's gotten better and better and better as we work distributions. So let's talk about the games. First of all, the number one favorite is the Las Vegas Aces, and that makes sense. When we look at the team stats here, this area kind of shows you what team stats we gather and the source data. And then we have this area called stat variable sheet. And I've color coded this area to show you kind of the strength of the teams where a green number is a good number and a red number is a low number or a bad number. And you start to see when you look at these teams, where do they rate? Like, if anything, Las Vegas doesn't rebound as much as other teams. So for some reason, maybe they're not as tall in the middle or something and not heavily rebounding, but they do score. And they also play defense and steal, and they also block well. So while they're not rebounding a ton, maybe it's just because they're blocking so many shots. Point is that they're just across the board, they're the top in basically almost every category. The Liberty can sink some more threes, apparently. So the Liberty are the number 2 ranked team, basically. Then you have Dallas, now Atlanta, Connecticut, Indiana. I don't know what order totally I have this in, but let me show you what the predictions say. I just wanted to get you to kind of show you a color map of how we are rating these teams, and does this make sense? When we go to look at the playoff predictions here, first round, you can see that the Aces are always supposed to put up like 92 or 93 points. The Sky are also injured somewhat. If you look at the injury report on the Sky and you open that up, you can see that Kalia Cooper and Alana Smith are both game time decision. When it's undisclosed, you wonder if they're going to play. So maybe Kalia plays with a toe injury, but Alana's out. Point is, they're already going to be apparently missing some people, or there's some injuries on the list there. So I guess like the Las Vegas Aces are probably going to absolutely destroy it, and that's what they do. So what do you do here in a game like this? Well, this minus 2100 line is unbettable. I have frequently throughout the season, I have bet on the Aces to cover their points, to go over what it is. I don't know what it is set at for this game, but it's probably going to be, the way the odds makers have been tying themselves to what this algorithm puts out. I'm not surprised if it's going to be set at like 92 or 93. I'll double check on the phone while we're doing this video. Point is, difficult game to play, but as you can see, it has the Aces as number 1. Now here you've got the Sun and the Lynx. The Sun have some injuries, but so do the Lynx. The margin on this game starts to drop to about 9 now. And so still, these teams are still supposed to win in Dallas and Connecticut. These lines they're brutal, but like, what's the injury situation on Connecticut and Minnesota? Because that matters. So Minnesota has somebody who's definitely out, a 64%er. Jessica Shepard and Lindsay Allen are out, and these are fairly impactful players. So that's not great for Minnesota. And when you look at the Connecticut Sun, somebody's just a game time decision. It's Tiffany Hayes, and they're still strong with their core there. So they do probably win this game. The line is terrible. I don't know what to tell you. It's really unbettable area. Dallas is only minus 290 against the Dream. Oh gosh, boy, everything is just tied right along to what the odds makers are doing. It's really tough. Now here, there might be some value in the Mystics. So this is the only place where you can see that this is kicking out a little bit of a different order and look to what the lines are. For example, the odds makers have more money on the Liberty winning that game than Dallas over Atlanta, which is kind of surprising to the algorithm a bit. So just checking. Yeah, the over under for the Las Vegas Aces is 93.5. They probably get there. That's probably the bet you would take here, but it's it's not going to win every time, but it's probably going to win. They put up points. As you can see, their average points per game in this team stats is right at 93, right? Well, when they're trying and it's a playoff game and they want it, like they are probably going to do it, but it is an over under. So yeah, I want to talk about this game right here, this Liberty Mystics game. So you have the Mystics at plus 370, and you also can get 9.5 points with them. It says the score of this game is separated by about 5 points. Liberty's home and they're healthier, but what's the injury situation on the Mystics, who have been at least getting healthier? They were really injured for a long time. It's Shakira Austin, and she's a game time decision with the hip, so she might play. And they have some roster guys. So this is why it's overweighting the Liberty's chances here. So the almost straight bet pick of the day is the Mystics plus 9. Because nine's a good amount of points, and that's what's distorted down here. And there's a chance the Mystics even win this game, but the margin is still 5% almost. And the Liberty's injuries are somebody who is out. Hanzu is out, but Brianna Stewart, Inescu, this could be a good matchup. So I would say that the advice that it's giving you is really just the Mystics plus 9 is the only thing that's a reasonable line. A little bit on the Mystics to win because that's a ridiculous plus 370. I mean, all these lines are ridiculous. There's a part of me that says, listen, it's with the exception of like the Aces losing, I don't think the Aces are going to lose. I would take the Aces points team over, and I would take all 3 of the underdogs together on a round robin and not bet all that much, but all you would have to hit is 2 of those bets and you would win money. And it might be the Mystics winning in the Vegas, but what if Atlanta knocks off, they're healthy. What if they knock off Dallas? Like, that could happen. Why not get that 240? And then the Lynx, that could happen too. I've seen the Sun blow some games in weird ways. So that would be funny because that would pay unbelievable. I would not take the Sky over the Aces though, because they're not healthy anyway. There's no reason the Sky beat the Aces. And the Aces, I don't know if they're going to cover 16.5, but they're probably going to win that game. So anyway, that's WNBA. I'm not going to really focus on WNBA. I will probably review it after every round to see who advanced so that we can do the new matchups. But I don't think I'm going to do any videos during the series because there's too many other sports going on. But I did want to give the update. And for anyone who wants this algorithm, it does help for sports betting. You'll see that the Mystics probably cover plus 9 here. And it's because this margin is only 5%. It's the playoffs, and the Mystics are a decent team. I mean, they're an 86% team. As you can see, the lowest ranked, this is where we have the raw team power. It's an important number. You see, if we just put a number right on a team, the Aces are a 96. The Liberty are 91. Dallas are 90, and Sun are an 89. The Dream are only an 82. The Lynx are an 80, and the Sky's at 84. Right? So, looking in order, it's Aces, Liberty, Wings, Sun, Mystics, Sky, Dream, Lynx in order. So that's kind of cool to just do the raw comparison. Of course, that's taking into account no injuries, though. That's just for the full team stats. So anyway, all right, I just want to do WNBA videos. I haven't done one in a while, and the algorithm still exists, and it's available for purchase. and it does predict things. I of course said to bet the opposite of everything the algorithm said, right? Algorithm said all these 4 teams win. I was like, yeah, bet everything over here. And the aces. So never listen to me, always listen to the algorithm is the real reason. I just create it. It gives its own representation. I try to read it for you, but there's something about the way that I build these where I'm always looking for errors in them. So everything that comes out of my mouth when I'm analyzing starts to be like, well, this might be wrong. This might be wrong. And it makes me want to bet against it. But the truth is, in general, it's doing the right thing. And you just want to read it for what it says. And if you follow what its predictions are, you're probably going to end up doing pretty well. All right. So good luck, everyone. May all your picks be winning and your ladies be swooshing. That's what WNBA is all about. Wednesday and Friday this week.